Good morning. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Guess what we're doing today? Yep, you guessed it. Working on a helicopter. Nope, we are currently going to be working on the Silver Bullet Buick Century. Got a few things to do. First step is transmission filter and oil. We're not doing a flush. I'm just changing whatever's in the pan, whatever leaks out. And then also I have to do is a wheel hub assembly on one of these. Pretty simple, pretty easy. I'll take that tire off and the other tire and see what sensor is gone. If both are gone, I have to get another one for either side with a triple one. I do first. So let's get into the video and we'll see you underneath the car. Okay, we're under the car now. So what I did with the magic of video is got up on jack stands. I always keep the jack just kissing the frame just to be sure, but make sure you use jack stands. You jumping underneath the car. If you got a lift, I hate you because you got it figured out. Hey, look at that. You guys know that thing. So I took both wheels off because I'm gonna go in to test those to see what sensor is bad. Hopefully just one for now. If not, I'm gonna have to go buy another wheel hub, and the wheel hub assembly I will show you later, but I think I'm actually going to make a separate video for that. So let's focus on the transmission. So I can title this thing transmission filter pan removal and filter replacement plus refilling up. I think it's 7 4/4 of a quart or some shit like that, almost 8. Just got to be careful when you get to 7 quarts. Check the fluid level just in case not enough drained out. So like I said, this is not a flush. This is just changing the pan and the filter. This vehicle currently has 101,000 miles on it. You are right at the cusp of needing to be changed. You're gonna see the fluid come out of this, and I will show you this. I'm going to try to set you guys up so you can see me take this apart and dismantle it. So, like I said, here's your transmission pan. Here is a coolant line for the transmission, which runs to the radiator. There's two. There's a feed and there's in and out transmission cooler. There's your oil pan, oil plug, and all the bolts are right up in here for that pan. As you can see, pretty good sized pan for a little sedan. So, like I said, the transmission filter kit comes with the gasket and the filter. Let's start cracking some of these bolts. I'm gonna grab another drain pan. Like I said, safety first. Use them jack stands. Some people put tires underneath it. You can do that too if you'd like, but jack stands, jack for me, just in case. So let's get some lines popped and we'll see what's going on with the color of the tranny fluid. Alrighty then, we have fluid moving out of the vehicle. All right, so basically, magnet tray helps on this one too for your bolts. So, and these things weren't very tight, so I'm gonna check the spec in my book for the right torque, but make sure you get a catch pan to get all this. And I learned over the years as a trick. Right now I have all these bolts still intact. I just started to loosen these. That on that corner is gone, but there's like 6 bolts right here that are still intact. I left one bolt right there where my finger is, and that's basically, I got the car kind of leaning too, so if you want to do, you could jack this up a little bit, and that's another reason why I leave the jack underneath the car. These are all little tricks, man. All anyone's gonna tell you this shit, but leave that bolt in there. That way you can drain some of the fluid out. It just tilts down, and that way it kind of like pitches it out, so you're not getting yourself covered in this stuff. Let this all drip out, leak out, and then you'll be able to move the pan a lot better without having so much fluid in it. You can see it's a very shallow pan. So the transmission actually sits in transmission fluid, like all the way up there. It's starting to slow down as we speak. So once this starts slowing down, I'm gonna loosen some more bolts on this backside, leave a couple up there, take this one down, tilt it some more, and let it out. And then I'll show you what the filter looks like. This fluid's not too bad. You can still see the red, kind of red tint to it. This is what 101,000, you can see those drips back there. You can see the red tint to it. So it's not super bad. But I'm gonna tell you right now, if you wait too long to do this and it's completely black and has no like burnt smell, it's probably better off just leave it alone, because there's probably metal fibers in the transmission oil itself keeping your clutches going. So if you have a transmission that is slipping or having problems sometimes, It's almost better just to cut your loss and don't even bother with it, because you're going to create headaches for yourself later on down the road. It'll probably end up killing your transmission. And that's some of the things people talk about that. But I'll let this drain out some more and I'll show you the filter. All right, boys and girls, we got the pan down. You can see still red transmission. That's good. I know it's droplets, so it's not like having a big quantity of it. So, but it's red. That's a good positive sign. I got 2 catch bands. I slid one out of the way. It filled up. That's a 5-quart container, and probably got 2 in the ground, and probably an ounce on the freaking ground. Gonna clean that up. Move that over. It's been dripping right there. Get some rags. So, anyways, this is the filter we need to get out of here. That's the transmission filter that'll pop down. There's your transmission pump. So coolant lines right there that run out of here, like I said to you before, which goes, I can't get focused here, zoom in, there you go. And then they run into here, and then pretty simple underneath here, much different than what I'm used to looking at. I haven't owned a front wheel drive vehicle in many, many, many years, so it's well worth doing this for preventive maintenance, I swear. I think it is. So yeah, here's underneath the pan. That'll be the filter we'll be removing. Here's its replacement right here, brand new in the bag. All right, so here's the pan. You can see some of the stuff. I should have left it for you, but it was like almost like a graphite color, because clutch material. It's normal. It's normal wear. I didn't find anything out of the norm except this. This is aluminum, and I think it's like malleable. I don't know if it's like, oh, it's a brass. I don't know what it is, but it's not good. I don't know what it is. It's not aluminum. It's not magnetized. So looks like an old washer of some sort. So a spacer. So that's not good. Whatever though. Hopefully it doesn't affect the transmission any more than it's already. There's really not acting up, so I'm not sure what it's from. But this is a magnet, which goes right in this corner. This was covered in some gray graphite material, which is just clutch pack material, metal. It's normal though. You don't want to have big chunks though. So I didn't find any big chunks of metal, so that's a good thing. So, and then I was reading the directions on this filter kit. If you have a gasket with the ridges like this, it's a reusable gasket. And if it's not damaged, they say reuse it. So I'm going to be reusing this gasket because it actually has crush washers in place. So you can't over tighten this gasket, which is good. That's what you want. You don't want to over tighten a gasket. You want the gasket to do its job. So basically clean this up, put the gasket back on, put it back up underneath. Here is your transmission dipstick. We've got to get a funnel for that, and we got to start adding oil. All right, let's get to it. All right, I wanted to show you guys something. On this filter, this is the new filter. The old filter I got off. But you just got to pay attention to this little brass ring right here. It is a seal, but sometimes up in the transmission, I'll bring you over there. Up in the transmission, that's where it came out of right here. But just make sure that comes out of this. Sometimes you have to pry that out. I lucked out, it came out nice. I put my fingers right here on the back side of the filter, and the filter goes all the way over here. And then I just push down, nice and steady pressure, and it slid right out nice and easy. It's still dripping, but it'll drip all day if I leave it. So I'm just cleaning the surface up, cleaning the gasket surface up right here. I'm gonna put the pan back up and get refilling. Pretty simple, pretty easy. The hardest part I would say would be if that gasket got stuck. And then remember, like I said, leave some bolts hooked up here. Well, actually over here, leave some bolts hooked up here, and then, you know, leave one bolt right here, and then take the rest out and tip the pan. It'll save you a lot of headache from getting covered in transmission fluid. But so yeah, I'm gonna put the new filter in. We'll put the pan back up, and I have a reusable gasket. This kit came with a gasket if I needed it. My gasket's not damaged, and it's a ridged gasket, so I'm gonna reuse that. So put the pan back on, and I'll see you guys back up top. Also, I know this is old school, but I have a whole drawer full of repair manuals of all the vehicles I've ever owned. This one ain't gonna get me though. It's a Buick Regal, not the Century, so I'm gonna have to go online and find it. But these do come in handy. Usually they have all sorts of specs, pictures, tear down, breakdown, everything you need. I know everyone's got the internet nowadays, but Old Faithful comes in handy when you need it, if you need it for certain situations. Just figured I'd let you guys know about that. Ryan's manuals. Tidbit information. Oh yeah, and by the way, if you didn't know, all the bolts for the pan are 10 millimeter. The infamous 10 millimeter. You get the proper automatic transmission fluid for your transmission, or that potentially can cause damage as well. You need, with mine doing it the pan way and the filter, 7 and almost a quarter, 7 1/4 quarts. But I put 7 in, so this is my 8. Yeah, get a funnel like this, a transmission funnel where it's nice and thin, and then find your transmission dipstick. Mine's located right here. You'll see that has a gear and looks like a little bit of wavy lines. So that's transmission fluid, particular on this vehicle. And then make sure you go underneath the vehicle and check for leaks. I don't see any, and I ran it for a minute, so check your vehicle for leaks. And that's it, basically. Pretty simple. Drop the pan. I'm pretty sure the torque specs on it are inch pounds. I believe it's 125 inch pounds, not foot pounds. Double check on that. If I need to correct the video, I will. I'll leave a comment down below and I'll tag it and I'll highlight it so no one gets confused on the torque on the pan. It's not much, but just enough. So good luck to you guys. I hope this helped you out just a little bit, basically on explaining how to do it. And leave a comment down below and let me know what you guys think. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.